We are at the Baraboo River. This is just downstream of downtown Baraboo, Glenville Landing. You can see there's a stream coming out right there, and there's a little bit of a pool right here. And I think that there's a little bit of deeper water in there. Now, I've tested, I don't think the water is more than like 3 feet deep there, even in the middle. So this would actually be kind of interesting. The Baraboo River overall is quite shallow, but there are a lot of log jams and debris downstream, and a little bit upstream, but mainly downstream. But there isn't really any good access spot downstream for a while. The next one's the County Road U one, I think, and that one's kind of far away, and it's not very good access. There is one more wayside park, like way downstream near this confluence with Wisconsin, but you're very, very high up off the water there, and it's really not feasible to fish there most of the time. But either way, we're gonna try this spot and see if we can get anything. I have caught flatheads upstream in the town, and the water is very, very shallow there. So we're gonna see if there's anything around here. And I think with all the snags, there's definitely potential after dark for like flatheads to come into this area here. Not really sure about the bait fish numbers, but we will see. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw one in the pool over there, just like over there. One kind of like out there, where like kind of like the fast water meets the slow water. And we're gonna see if anything bites, because you know, different fish, they like different currents. It's not that deep out there, but I see some sunken, like I definitely see some structure, so maybe we'll get lucky. And I'll also throw a lure today, but we'll see how this goes. Areas like this where it's kind of like muddy and shallow sometimes, they don't seem to be good places for fish. But I've already got a bite on one of my poles. It took like half my worm, but didn't hook. Could be a pretty small fish. So I'm gonna keep throwing, because I definitely have caught good fish on the Baraboo upstream before. This is probably the furthest side. No, I fished it at the other landing downstream, but it's really shallow there. Here it's like a little bit deeper. Maybe there's some good fish here. Definitely hoping that there's some good fish here. But maybe, I know something actually bit my worm bait, and as night closes in, there could be some gato fish here. Remember, I've caught fish on the Baraboo, on downtown Baraboo definitely, but also at North Freedom, Gais Park, and caught a sucker at the Wayside Park way downstream. So maybe we'll actually get something here. That's what I'm hoping. I got a fish. I threw my line in the middle of the river and I got one. I got un fishy. I don't know what un fishy is, but I got a fishy. It's a red horse. Short-faced red horse going insane. Yep, so definitely suckers here. Short-faced red horse. Not really what I'm looking for, but hey, at least it's a fish, and any fish is a win. Short-faced red horse. My prisoner for the moment. Ha ha ha. One of the short-head red horses. First fish here. Hopefully not the only fish here. Usually if these are here, you might have some pike or something, but I've never actually caught a pike on this river before. All right, red horse, you get to go home. See you, red horse. And it goes right off into the current. Short-faced red horse. All right, let's toss it all the way out in the current again, that way. That's what we did last time and we got a fish. So we're gonna do it again. So it could be some interesting stuff there, even though the current is pretty strong in the middle. There's not too many snags in the middle, so I probably won't lose anything. So it's definitely worth it to just toss in the middle and see where it takes us. Well, if we're abundant in red horse, we might have some big fish of death here too. These fish of death like to eat the red horse. So big fish of death like these little, oh well, the bigger lures. Not too confident about tossing a bigger lure out there, because this string isn't nearly as strong as the other one. But we'll see, we'll see. Maybe there'll be some deadly fish out there, or just some bass. I know a smallmouth would bite this as well. So let's actually see what happens. Sight predators, yeah, they might not like leaders, but this river is so muddy that they probably can't see it anyways. So we're gonna just go with this and see what happens. We will see what happens. I got something on this pole. It's not, I think it fell off. No, did it? What is it? Is it another red horse? I know there's a lot of them here. Got something on this pole. I think it's another, yep, it's another short-faced red horse. There's actually quite a few of them over there. But I might actually try launching a lure over there sometime. Well, maybe not, because I've tried like launching lures in many places and it just hasn't really worked. But another short-faced red horse. It's not a big one though. Definitely not a big one. But I might have to move from this place just because it's full of red horses and maybe nothing else. But we'll see. Short-faced red horse. Looks like downstream, we just got a bunch of red horses. See ya, fish. We might need to move somewhere else to get some more fish, but I want to wait until dark. Well, we all know that red horses are actually a favorite food of fish of death and other large predatory fish. So we're gonna just cast our lure over there to see if we can get anything. Now, it's a little bit tricky to cast over there. I don't think it's that deep, but if there's like a decent sized northern, it will bite this. Or if there's like a big walleye, it'll bite it too. I just got a leaf though. So that could be somewhat problematic. There is a lot of debris over there, so I'm definitely gonna toss over there at night because catfish love debris, especially flats. And we're gonna try to get something over there to bite. But this is just generally not the kind of habitat I would expect northerns to actually be in. So hopefully I can get something, but if we can't, I'm gonna try over there around dusk. The one in the middle of the river has still not gotten anything. My thing in the middle of the river has not gotten anything, so I'm gonna try over there. I think it's slightly deeper over there, and it's near to the log jams. So hopefully I can get a fish this way. Another fish, might be the same thing. The thing is, if it's the same thing, I definitely need to reconsider my fishing spot. Nope, it's a drum. It's not a red horse. Freshwater drum. All right, so there's more than one species of fish here. Nice, nice, nice. Didn't really hit it like a red horse either. Because like red horses, like I don't really notice here when they hit them. Usually red horses, they go insane, but freshwater drum, second species of fish. Not a bad specimen, not a little too big to use as a bait, but you can see there's a lot of fish like just in this stream around here. And since it's getting closer to dusk, about maybe an hour until dusk, they are starting to hit. So another fish, freshwater drum on the Baraboo River. Freshwater drum, second species of the day. Still a little bit too big for me to cut up as bait, but pretty drum. All right, let's get back to fishing. Ow, 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 drum. Oh, there you go. Ah, the fin spiked me. And that was a very ungraceful release. But we did get to release the freshwater drum. These drums are ripping through my bait like crazy. Can't really do much about it either. It's always on the same middle pole. I'll throw it a little bit out in the stream, reel it back a little bit, and hopefully we get a bigger fish here. Because I do believe like this calmer water can definitely hide a big fish. All right, I got a fish. Feels pretty weak though. It's like, oh, it's a walleye. That's one I haven't caught yet today. Looks like I had that other one pull over there earlier, but it's a walleye. And yeah, walleys generally don't fight very hard unless they're huge. And this walleye is anything but, well, this walleye isn't huge. It's okay. It's an okay walleye, but it's not huge. Walleye, walleye, very, very nice. Another species for today, 3. Not very big though, probably a good 14 inches, but not keepable, and I'm not looking for a walleye anyways, but a nice walleye. A nice walleye. We're gonna let him go now. See ya. Very hippily, and it swims right off. Not a bad walleye, not a bad walleye. Well, it's dark now. I think I'm gonna head to Sunset Park and fish for some giants. I think the flatheads may be spawning, but we might be able to get a couple there. Right here, I've gotten 2 big bites, but they've gotten stuck in some kind of weird log underwater, so I don't think I can get them right now. But Sunset Park should not have that problem, so hopefully we can get some big flatheads there. We're at Portage. This is the Wisconsin River, and we are at Sunset Park. Now, we found a nice place here on Sunset Park to set up. This is where a creek comes into the river. I believe it is a little deeper here than most other places. I definitely see some swirls in the water. We are definitely going to launch some worms here, and we're probably going to try to catch some live bait or cut bait, and then we're going to see if we can get the mighty flathead gutfish. I think it's at least 6-7 feet deep here, so hopefully I don't die here because it is after dark, but if I die while catching a big fish, it'll be worth it, I guess. We have a nice juicy worm on our hook. Gonna just cast it out kind of like into the creek opening. It's gonna be a little bit deeper here than the rest of the Wisconsin, but should be a good place, and hopefully we can get a gigantic fish. I usually don't toss lures if I start after dark, but this is a really nice place. So I am gonna try some of the lures here, because I did see fish splashing around. However, I know that even though they splash around, some of the fish just don't really bite after dark. So I'm not really sure how that works, but hopefully I can get a fish on the lure as well, because that would be really nice. There could be walleye around here, and walleye are nocturnal, so yeah, could be some good stuff here. Got one. Doesn't seem awfully big though, but it is much bigger than anything else I've gotten, so can't complain. It doesn't seem like super duper big, but it is of adequate size. Fish, maybe a fish of adequate gato-ness? I don't know. It does kind of feel like a flathead though. It just feels heavy. It's not a turtle, and it feels like a rock pulling downward. But channels and flatheads have actually been feeling kind of similar for me lately, so maybe it's a channel, I don't know. Could be a flathead. It's not a huge one if it is. So I'm pretty sure it's a catfish. Well, can't really say it's a catfish, it's a worm, so yeah, I think it's a flathead. It's kind of a small one though. Yeah, is that a channel or a flathead? I can't tell. Nope, it's a flathead. It's a flathead gothafish. Look at that. A flathead. Not the best flathead in the world, but hey, I got one at least. I got a flathead gottofish. Nice, nice. All right, let's get him up here. Let's get him up here. I want a much, much bigger flathead gottofish, but this one will suffice for now. This one will suffice for now. Finally got one. Flathead gottofish. Probably only like 4 or 5 pounds, but hey, it's a flathead, and I'm pretty happy with it. Although I need one like 20 times as big. Fish of sufficient gato-ness. It's not extremely gato here, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, and I think they are spawning right now, so maybe in a week or two we'll get much more gato-ish fish. They don't all spawn at the same time though, but see a catfish and it splashes off. Small flathead. Oh, they're starting to gato after like 11:30. Probably a pretty good time. This one feels about the same size as the other one. I feel like I don't know where the big ones are. These aren't that big. Okay, this one's a little bigger, never mind. This one's slightly bigger maybe. Okay, this one's quite a bit bigger. Never mind, this one is quite a bit bigger, but still not super impressive, I'm betting. And it's also wrapped up in my other string, unfortunately, which means I'm gonna have to go over here and land it. Actually, I don't know which side of the string it's on. Is it like... Okay, this string is obviously over here, so I have to try to... It's been on the same pole both times, so it really likes... The fish really like this pole for some reason. I'm not really sure how big this one is. It doesn't feel giant though. When I get to have a giant flathead, like it feels freaking giant. It's another flathead for sure. About the same size as the other one. But this is a little bigger than the other one actually. Maybe even around 10 pounds, but it's definitely not the size I'm looking for. I'm looking for true giants. Like truly massive giants. This is not a truly massive giant, but it's an upgrade over the last one though. Definitely an upgrade, slight upgrade over the last one. Probably closer to 10 pounds, but looking for one at least twice this size, if not 4 times this size. Maybe I'll get one a little later tonight. Flathead gottofish. Come on in, flathead. Come on in. There we go. Nice one. Flathead catfish. All right, guys. A little bit bigger than the last one. 9 pounds. Flathead guttofish. Still not the big monster I want, but we're getting bigger. 9 pounds. Slightly more gotto-ish fish than last time. 9 pounds. Getting where we want to be. Getting where we want to be, but not yet quite where we want to be. So we're just going to let this guy go. And he's gonna slowly wander off. Slightly bigger flathead. Hopefully we can get one like 4 times as big. That was interesting. all those fish at Baraboo, and then 2 flatheads at Portage. I might have actually cooked a flathead at Baraboo, but it just pulled me into like a log jam and I couldn't get it out. It's a big log jam somewhere where that stream comes in, and had 2 much bigger fish pull me into that log jam. I don't think they were anything giant, maybe like 5-6 pounds, but there's a lot of flatheads at that area at Portage. Portage overall is like that area is actually a really good place to hunt for flatheads. Also a lot of walleye there, a lot of splashing there, but I didn't get any. But that was an interesting adventure at Baraboo and Portage. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will definitely be back in that area soon and hunt for the 40-pound flatheads as soon as the spawn is over in a week or 2. So I hope to see you there. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button, and I'll see you guys later.